Seth here in the gym. You haven't seen me for a bit. I'm going to say it's the new fall season, but here's the truth is I was talking to people compliment me from time to time on these videos. I appreciate it very much. If you see me and you think about it, go ahead and give it a mention. But Alan Leong recently complimented me, and I was like, people watch it less and less, and he pointed out that they're too long. And shortly after that, I did a barbell workout video, and it was more than 20 minutes, so I was too embarrassed to post it. So I'm gonna try to keep this one shorter. We'll see how it goes. I'm already surely excessively rambling. This is our newest equipment. It's called an assault runner, very popular in CrossFit gyms. It's an unpowered treadmill. So because it's unpowered, it's gonna last longer. It's actually quite a bit shorter. It's maybe 2/3 the length of a normal treadmill. And also it's completely portable. So it's a little bit heavy, but it's not too bad. I know I'm out of frame right now, but if you kind of squat behind the back of it, there's a horizontal bar, and then just do a careful deadlift with your legs. And I don't know, if you consider yourself moderately strong, you can probably do this. And there's some wheels in front, and you can roll it out to the deck, and you can take a nice run looking at the Golden Gate Bridge. So, let's make sure I'm still in frame pretty well. I think I am. I'm going to move a little forward. With your legs. All right. So this unpowered curved deck treadmill with a weighted belt. So as you do your work, that transfers the momentum of the belt, which means that momentum needs a little bit of time to slow down. So for safety's sake, as you get used to this, first of all, start very gradually. Just take some steps. Walk, and you'll see the belt responds to your walking. Be mindful of the handrails and take advantage of them until you feel like you've got a really good feel for this. And then also be aware that you have ample rails on either side of the moving belt. Ample stationary rails. I don't know if rails is the right word, but basically, if ever you feel like you're out of control, grab these rails and do a jumping jack jump out to the outside of the belt. And the point is within 5 minutes, this will not be a risk, but once this belt starts moving, it gets a lot of momentum. It does not slow immediately, and if you panic, you can get thrown off the back. We don't want that. So make sure there's some room behind you, but more so just take advantage of the safety capabilities. And then if you're moving fast, just slow down gradually. You cannot suddenly stop. That's the only safety thing to know. So so this is going to respond to the speed you go at. So go ahead and start jogging. And you can go ahead, once you feel like you're in control, start sprinting. So basically as you run faster, your foot plant's going to move up that deck. So, and again, slow down gradually. Let the belt lose its momentum gradually. All right, so you can go sideways. You can go backwards. And then you can also incorporate weights. But let me just talk about the belt mechanism and the fact that, again, you're hitting your foot early in your stride. If you think about it, if your foot's touching this belt early in your stride, then your foot would naturally touch the ground running. And what that means is your leg is still in this part of the motion, if that makes sense. You're kind of hamstring curling a little bit. So running on this actually engages your hamstrings more proportionally than running on the ground does. Running on the ground really overstresses your quads. You're kind of jumping. And here you're both kind of curling into a jump more. And as a result of that, a couple things. One is, don't make this the only way you run. Don't start running tens of miles a week on this, because you're going to overwork your hamstring more than basically your physiology is designed for. But if you do run on trails, on roads, whatever, mixing this in, I'm sure you may know, there's a higher propensity to hamstring injury. Mixing this in is going to work out your hamstrings along with your quads. All right, so what else I want to say about this is incorporate weights, make it all body. We have a weighted vest. probably needs a little bit of like cleanup and reorganization, but we have a weighted vest in the shelving that's over there by the door to the gym. I'm gonna grab a couple dumbbells. Start light. I'm gonna grab 5-pound dumbbells. I think this should work for most people. If you really want to be conservative, I think we definitely have 2-pound dumbbells. I think we might have 3 as well. So just do some walks. And as you work, you know, like you get a lot of dynamics obviously going in both your legs and your arms with this. And that means like you're really challenging your core that much more to stabilize. Do some curls. I mean, I'm just telling you what you can do. You can do some tricep workouts. You can do some presses. It's kind of a combo chest press and shoulder press. The more you back bend, the more of a chest press you get. You can do some rows. You can do, I don't know, like a bird. Well, come on, move belt. Add some twists. So, rather low impact, including the fact that, again, like, you know, you make contact with the belt higher up before your full weight goes on it, so it's going to be less jarring on your knees. More workout on your hamstrings, like I mentioned, for, I don't want to say for better or for worse, but be mindful of it because you don't want to overwork your hamstrings, but also like working your hamstrings more than normal running can help complement some of the injury susceptibility. And I'm sure this is less than 20 minutes. I think that's about all I want to say. There's a monitor on here. I should talk about that. So right now, let's see, let me get a decent run going. Alright, so the monitor is putting me at a, sorry, the numbers are a little weird. It looks like it takes a bit to calibrate. Because right now it's telling me I'm running 6 minute 35-second miles. That is not true. Alright, now it's moving up. So pretty much the point is that this thing's going to tell you you're going slower than you are. Although at the moment I'm sure it's telling me I'm going faster. There we go. Alright, so right now it's telling me a 9-minute mile, 9.5. I feel like it's pretty normally 10. It was just a 10-minute miles. So basically, like, to equate this with running on ground, I'm not positive, honestly, but I think you want to give this like a 25% boost. In other words, like, if this thing's telling you that you're running 11-minute miles, you're probably running more like 8.5-minute miles. Sorry to not be more precise. Maybe if you Google it. But basically the point is this is going to tell you you're running by some margin slower than you actually are. And with that, I think I said everything. Use the handrails, slow down gradually, jump out to the sides of the track as necessary. Don't get thrown off the back of this thing. It's fun, it's pretty cool. I hope it'll be popular.